The existence of God has been one of the greatest questions facing philosophy since antiquity. Long before Christianity, thinkers like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle had already reflected on the need for an absolute principle, a supreme cause, capable of explaining the order and existence of the universe. With the advent of medieval Christian philosophy, St. Thomas Aquinas consolidated one of the most influential and rigorous syntheses of reason and faith by proposing his well-known rational proofs of God's existence. For Thomas Aquinas, faith and reason are not mutually exclusive. Both start from the same desire for truth, walk together, and illuminate each other. Reason can come to the knowledge of God from reality, while faith goes beyond the limits of reason, never contradicting it. With this premise, Thomas proposes that it is possible to demonstrate rationally the existence of God without recourse to faith or revelation alone. In dealing with the subject, Thomas Aquinas begins by confronting the main objections to the existence, which remain current. The first objection states that if God is infinitely good, there should be no evil in the world. The second holds that everything that exists can be explained by natural causes without the need to resort to a supernatural cause. The answer to the problem of evil starts with the recognition that God, being perfectly good and powerful, allows evil to exist only because he is able to take a greater good out of it. Moral evil resulting from human choices exists because man is free. Without freedom, there would be no full humanity. Natural evil, such as disasters and disease, derives from the operation of natural laws, which are essential to the order and stability of the universe. Without these laws, there would be chaos, and existence would not even be possible. From the standpoint of eternity, suffering can be an occasion for maturation and redemption, and not just a mere absurdity. On the second objection, Thomas Aquinas emphasizes that God is not a whole stopper to explain the unknown, but the foundation of the existence and order of all that exists. God is not a competitor of natural causes. He is the first cause, the sustainer of the being of all things. The explanation for rain, for life, or for any natural phenomenon remains in the field of science. The explanations for the very being, for the existence, and for the order of the universe belong to metaphysics. If you like the content so far, leave your like. This is very important for this video to reach more people. First of all, we need to introduce three important concepts: power, act, and motion. Power refers to the ability of something to become something different, while act is the realization of that ability, the current state of the thing. Here, movement is not limited to physical displacement, but encompasses all change, all actualization of what is potential into something real, into act. Of the 5 paths proposed by Thomas, the best known is the argument from the stationary motor. It is observed that everything that moves is moved by another. Nothing passes from power to act by itself. There is always a previous act causing the motion. If every motion depends on a previous action, the chain of movements cannot go back to infinity without a first act or first motor, for in that case nothing would have begun to move. Therefore, it is necessary that there should be a pure act which moves without being moved. This being is called God. The concept of God in this context is far removed from popular images or caricatures. God is not a being in human form, nor a mythical figure. God is the very being, the absolute existence, the pure act. To ask who created God reveals a categorical error. God, being necessary and absolute, has no cause or origin. He is the foundation without which nothing could exist. The search for rational explanations about God does not diminish science or critical thinking, but broadens its horizons. As one delves into the knowledge of the order, beauty, and rationality of the universe, the question of the ultimate foundation of all inevitably arises. Philosophy and science, when they reach their limits, point to the need for a principle that is beyond the chain of natural causes, but that makes them possible. In proposing his proofs, Thomas Aquinas does not intend to replace religious experience or faith, but to show that reason, used honestly and deeply, leads to the realization that the existence of God is a requirement of the very being of things. The debate about God is therefore more than an intellectual exercise. It is also a search for the ultimate meaning of reality, which transcends but does not contradict human reason. Thomas Aquinas' proofs of God's existence continue to influence philosophy, theology, and even contemporary discussions about science, morality, and the meaning of existence. His proposal remains an invitation to rigorous reflection, to recognition of the limits and potentialities of reason, and to openness to the mystery that underlies everything that exists. Follow the Aurora Veritatis page for more content like this. Until the next video, and God bless you.